Greetings, my viewers and subscribers. A blessed day to you all. Yes, my peeps, thank you guys for checking this one out. As you can see, I am still on the road coming in from work. But I want to talk to you guys about these couple of topics. Virat Kohli seems as if the master, he has awakened once again. Yeah, man, got a century against Sri Lanka earlier today. Gonna give you some information about that game. Plus, Jaffa Archer, he was actually back in action today. First time he was actually bowling in a competitive game for 17 months. And it went as expected. I'm going to talk to you about it. Plus, Shakib Al-Hassan showing that he runs Bangladesh. He rules Bangladesh. You know, marching onto the field to give his own orders. And we're also going to talk about Lara, paying homage to Sachin Tendulkar as per usual. So just make sure you watch this one until the end and hit that subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed, my wonderful peeps, as we go through. So the first ODI game there between India and Sri Lanka. India batted first. They were able to get over 300. They got 373 for 7 in their 50 overs. Sri Lanka, they were only able to get 306 for 8. Of their 50 overs, it was former captain Virat Kohli that led the way with the bat for the Indians, getting 113 of 87 deliveries. You know, Rohit Sharma, the current captain, getting 83 from 67. Good way to answer the doubts, the critics. Quite a few people saying that, especially Rohit Sharma, he's done. He should give it up. He should allow another player to get the opportunity. We were even talking about, Ishan Kishan not getting an opportunity to open since Rohit Sharma would have made his return. Some people saying Rohit Sharma need to sit down and let Ishan Kishan and Shubman Gill open, but it's not gonna go like that. The man is the captain for the team, and he still has the ability to score runs. You know, 1 and 2 dry patch, they're still going to work with him. So he got 83 of 67. Shubman Gill with another good game, getting 70 from 60. It was actually the bowler for Sri Lanka was Rajatha, getting 3 for 88 of 10 overs. So he was the pick of the bowlers. The other bowlers were able to pick up a wicket each. Nisanka once again was able to get a half century under his belt, but not able to really push it on. So he got 72 of 80 deliveries at the top of the order. And after Nisanka, they had about 3 or 4 wickets that went in quick succession cheaply. It took Captain Shananka, who got 108 of 88 deliveries, to really show some sort of fight down in the middle order there. He actually hit Mohammed Shami for I think he had a 4 and a 6, if I'm not mistaken, to bring up his century. Yeah, man, he actually got a 6, a 4 and a 6 to bring up that century there. The last 2 deliveries, and that allowed him to finish off on 108 not out, but it was just not enough. His team fell short by over 60 runs, 67 runs to be exact. Malik, the pace bowler there, getting his first 3-wicket haul for India, picking up 3 for 57. Mohammad Siraj getting 2 for 30 as the Indians were able to rush home to victory. So 2 more ODIs to go in that series there, and the Indians, they have taken a 1-0 lead, and they are definitely looking to sweep the series. So shout out to Virat Kohli, Rohit Sharma, and Shananka for getting that century there. Rohit for getting that big half century. Alright, next thing, my peeps. I have to smile every time I think about Shakib Al-Hassan. That man is something else, It's just the other day we saw him arguing with the umpire on field. The umpire, he wanted the umpire to call a wide, I think it was, and the umpire didn't call it, and he was there arguing. Every year it seems as if Shakib finds something to go on with down there in Bangladesh. One of my all-time favorite cricketers, in terms of him being an all-rounder and performing, but he definitely toes the line. He toes the line a lot, my viewers and subscribers, which is definitely not something that is good for the game. You understand? And apparently in this game, he sent his batsmen out to bat his openers, and you know he was actually standing behind the boundary line and was trying to get a message to them. Apparently the guy, that the batsman that was about to take strike, he did not want that one to take strike. He wanted the next batsman at the non-striker end to take strike against the left arm bowler. Apparently the message wasn't getting across, and he just marched out there in his sandals, in his slippers, out in the middle of the field, and was even to get his message across, and was even talking to the umpires. Curtly Ambrose, who was actually doing the commentary at the time, was lost for words, was basically saying it's the first time he can't recall ever seeing something like that. You know, the captain leaving from behind the boundary and going out in the middle of the field when the game was about to start, when the innings was about to start, to try and talk to the players and to talk to the umpires. You know, they have to be careful. Even though this is a franchise league, you want people to take your things serious, and not because this man is a legend of your game, you don't want him to overstep certain boundaries. You have to make a man know himself. You understand? It might not be an ICC sanctioned event, but the laws of the games and the rules of the game are the same. So you don't and you know, not saying he was really doing anything to break the laws of the game, but you know, it doesn't look good. Not look good at all. And as I said, Curtly Ambrose and the next commentator, they were both lost for word as Shakib went out there to do his thing, you know. But shout out to Shakib anyway, one of my all-time favorites. And just before we go, West Indies legend Brian Lara paying homage to, you know, Sachin Tendulkar as usual. Whenever he's asked about Sachin, he always has something good to say about him, you know. Apparently he did an interview the other day, and he was basically saying that, you know, out of all of the Indian batsmen that you would have seen, Sachin, you know, was one of them that could have gone everywhere in every country and would have been able to score runs. Whether it was pace bowlers that he went up against, spinners, he had the technique to deal with it. You understand? And we see people around the internet talking about, what about this player from India? What about that player from India? But, you know, Lara said that obviously he wasn't saying the other players weren't good, just saying that Sachin was definitely ahead of his time, was definitely one of those guys that could adapt to everything. You know, Sachin and Lara, they like to pay good good respect to each other, you know. I didn't actually see Sachin Tendulkar live. I got a chance to see Royal Dravid. You know, I remember, I think it was probably, don't remember if it was 2008 or 9. There was a test match at Sabina Park there in Jamaica, and I was able to go and watch that game. And Royal Dravid, it was a test game. Royal Dravid, VVS Lakshman, and all of these guys were there. Don't remember why Sachin didn't play in that game, but you know, I got a chance to see Royal Dravid, and I can tell you, it's one of the better techniques that I would have seen. You know, especially in the test format there. You know, he didn't score a century in that game, but just being able to sit and watch him while I was in high school, you know, it was definitely a pleasure to be able to see him. So he was good in test cricket overseas. That is one of the things that Lara was talking about, players from India that were able to go and to do it overseas. Royal Dravid was good overseas, but I think it was mostly in test cricket, not so much. His ODI form was good, but it was mostly in test cricket that he stood out. Sachin was way ahead of all of these guys. So, you know, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, my peeps, share my experience of being, you know, actually getting a chance to see Royal Dravid in his prime. So, yeah, big up on yourself, my peeps, and we'll touch base later on. See?